Hey everyone, it's Tamara from Soft Glam with Tam. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining today. I wanted to do a minimal makeup look. Recently, I've edited my makeup bag a little bit, and I just wanted to share a couple of products that I've been using that when I'm in a rush and I just need to look good quickly, which is almost every single day. I don't know why every single day for me is 5 minutes to pretty, but I just think that when I was younger, I used to always spend a lot more time on my makeup. I would, have a huge makeup bag filled with products, and I'd spend a good hour on my makeup. I'd make sure, even to go to the doctor's one time, I had a smoky eye, which was kind of funny that she commented on that. But I find that lately, of course, since I'm a mom and ever since I've been in the industry where I'm working and you need to be ready quickly, I find that editing your makeup bag is a nice way to have the products ready that look good on you and you can put on in a quick way and you're not overthinking it. Of course, there's days that you want to experiment, but I think that editing your makeup bag to your essentials or even just to have specific looks ready is a nice way to edit your makeup bag. So I wanted to share a couple of products that I've been using lately that have helped me to look a little bit more put together in the mornings. And I hope you love it. So this look could be done in 5 minutes, and I may not take 5 minutes doing it right now, but it is going to be a bare minimum makeup look. The other thing I just wanted to say is that just because you don't love a lot of makeup doesn't mean that you're not emphasizing your features. So no makeup is still makeup. And I had a client the other day. She was a mature client and she was sort of stuck in her routine of her very bright lipstick, and she loved the way she did her makeup and she looked great. She loved a lot of blush. That was her thing. And she said to me, she was kind of complaining that everyone looks beige these days. She said, why does everyone look beige? Like, why would you want to look like beige wallpaper? Why would you want to look like that? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, it really depends. Like, just because it's a no makeup look doesn't mean that your features are blending into each other. You're still emphasizing, even a nude lip is basically your lip color, but enhanced. And everyone has a different lip color. For example, you could see a lip gloss on someone and say, oh my goodness, I want that color. And then you realize when you put it on, it does not look anything like that because we have chemistry. So that's another lesson about science. Not that I'm a scientist, but basically makeup is like chemistry in the sense that our skin tone is going to affect the way a lip color looks. So if your lip has a plummy, like I have a purpley lip undertone, so I'm not going to reach for a purple lipstick because then I'm going to look like I have hypothermia. And that's a joke with me and my sisters is like, okay, how do we cancel out that purple lip? And some clients want to enhance the purple in their lips, and some clients have cherry lips. Some clients have brown toned lips that a deeper Coco lipstick just looks stunning. Some clients have very, very pale lips, and it's sort of a blank canvas. So anyways, that's another conversation about chemistry and how things show on you. But I just wanted to show you a quick, minimal nude makeup look that I think works for everyone. So let's get started. So first up, I do have a tiny bit of makeup on because I took my son to school early this morning, and I always like a little bit of makeup, but I wanted to do a quick video. So I do have my eyebrows on already, but I do have a little bit of tinted moisturizer on. I just wanted to show you a couple of items that I've been using lately that I absolutely love. So when you're doing a minimal makeup look, you definitely still want your skin to look glowy and fresh. So a quick way to get that look, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. And my shade, I think I got this in the summer, but this is 4.5 medium. So I'm just going to take this, it comes with a wand, and I'm just going to apply it a little bit on my face. And what that does is it gives you a quick brightening and evens out your skin without wearing foundation. So I'm going to use the By Mario, I love this foundation brush. It's a dual-ended blush. I think you can use one side for foundation and one side for blush. And I'm going to use this and just quickly even out my skin with the brush. And what that does, it quickly evens out your skin. And I did have a nice tan this summer, and I think that sometimes using products like this brings back your tan. So I'm just going to even out my skin very quickly. So this is a nice thing to do on quick, no makeup days. Well, obviously you're putting makeup on, but you're not looking like you have a ton of makeup on. So that is the key with minimal makeup. So you're applying that all over. So you just want to make sure that you're even. And you can even use your fingertips to do this as well. So this just kind of gave my skin a little bit more of an evening out. Also, it has a glow built in, so you don't have to use foundation and a highlighter. It's sort of all in together, which is nice. And I'm going to just take a little bit more of a concealer. I just am in love with this product right now. So this is from Maybelline. It's called Lifter. And I think this could be used, they come in different shades. So you can use this as a foundation stick. You could use it as a contour if you had a darker tone. And you can also use it as a highlighter. It has a lovely creamy texture. And I just started using this product and it blends right into my skin. It's very silky and it was a very affordable. It's Maybelline, so you could get this from drugstores. It's a drugstore brand, Maybelline, of course. We all know Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. And I'm going to use this on any sunspots and just kind of brighten up. So I'm just going to apply it under my eye, just really quickly with my fingertip. Because I find if your under eye looks brighter, then you just look more rested. And just apply that where you need it. I'm just being really quick with it and evening out my skin tone. And sometimes I find between the eyebrows we can get a little bit red, especially in the winter. So I'm just using it between my eyebrows on my forehead. And a little bit under my brow bone. And you just look more polished, and it's a nice look for work. Your skin looks photo ready because this is sort of a filter. Everything I'm using is like a photo filter for your skin. And I like to pop just a bit under my chin and a little bit under my nose. So if you get a little red under your nose in the winter, because you've been blowing your nose or just because of the wind or your makeup comes off, you can touch up in those areas. I just love a stick. I think stick makeup is genius. So I have many different stick foundations. I love Merit. Merit's a lovely brand. It's a clean brand. I have this Maybelline stick. I have Bobbi Brown from back in the day, her foundation stick. And I have Nude Sticks. That's a beautiful Canadian brand, and they have a lovely ultra blur stick or a blurring stick, which I love as well. But I just thought this was fun, and it's so cute for your makeup bag, so you can pop it, travel around with it. So then once your skin has that base, then you can go in and bronze it up. So I love to do a illuminating bronzer. This is Saie, which I've talked about before. This is an illuminating gel. It's called Sunglow. This is really lovely. These come in different shades, but this is from a brand called Saie. And I'm going to use that on the back of my hand, a couple of drops. And you can use your fingertips or a foundation brush. So I'm just going to use the smaller side of my brush, and I'm just going to use that on the top of my cheek. And that's just going to illuminate and highlight. Taking it on your forehead and in your cheeks, down the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin if you want to. Just pretending again that you have that tan back to your skin or faking that tan glow. And it's a lovely highlighter, but it's multi-purpose. So some clients use this mixed with their foundation, and you can also use it as a primer. And yeah, I like to take it a bit on the collarbone as well for evening. So this is a nice radiance to your skin, which everybody can use, especially in the winter, this time of year. So I'm liking the glow that my skin has, and I still look very natural. So that's the look I personally love. And then I would love to just focus again on cheeks. So of course a blush is going to bring that glow back to your skin. And I have this one, where did I find? Oh. Actually, I'm going to use this new one because I just got this. It's a travel size mini Patrick Ta. It's for the face. It's the She's That Girl Duo Blush. It's so cute. I just really love the colors in this. I had heard so much about it. The thing was, sometimes when I freelance for brands and they're in Sephora and I see all the products, it's like a candy store. But the nice thing is that they have minis. So it gives you a chance to try it out, see if you love it. And this is really a lovely thing for traveling too. This is a really nice dual purpose product because you have your powder blush and you have your cream blush. So when you're rushing two products to give you that look in a quick way is such a great thing to have. So the key with this product is to pop your powder blush first. So I'm taking this lovely matte, very pretty pinky peach tone. And I'm going to just apply this on the top, the apple of my cheek a little bit. So blush is going to definitely just wake you up and make you look rested. And then you can always take even another fluffier brush and just buff that out a little bit more if you find you put too much on, which I do tend to do sometimes. But then what I'll do is I go back and correct. So that's when a stick is going to come in handy. If you've got a little bit too much on, you can kind of go back in and just make sure that it's blended a little better. And then I like to take the cream blush that comes in this beautiful palette, and you can even just use your fingertip or a brush, and just on the top of that powder blush, you're popping that on the tops of your cheekbone, on your cheek. And yeah, then you'll feel like she's that girl. This is what this palette is called. So it's that girl that really just loves her blush. And just pop that on. So if you put more blush on when you're not wearing a lot of makeup, it actually harmonizes and it gives your skin, it pops out your features a bit more because it's giving the health back to your skin. So you don't look like a blank canvas. You've got this lovely pinky peach or plummy or whatever tone you love, and pop that on. And I'm going to take the other shade I love from Saie, I think this one's called WarmGlow. And WarmGlow is more of a champagne tone. And I'm going to pop that on top of my cheekbones. Because I find it has this lovely champagne tone. And it feels very hydrating. So I won't feel dry. And just popping that on the tops of the cheek just enhances that blush a little bit too. So I just have this really fresh, lovely glow to my skin. And don't be afraid of, don't be offended. Don't be afraid to blend. Blending is going to be the best thing you can do. So even if you're in a hurry, just take that extra second to blend out your makeup. Okay, so hopefully I look even and ready to go. Okay, So I've been loving as well. Oh, actually, let's pop some bronzer on. I did do Saie, which is a WarmGlow bronzer, Sunglow. But I can never just have too much bronzer on. So this is a palette from Benefit. This has Hoola bronzer. This has Shelly blush and Cookie highlighter, which is stunning. But I'm just going to take the bronzer and just tap it into my mirror. So when you're using powders, tap your brush into your mirror or into your palette so that the powder is in your brush and it's not going everywhere. And I'm going to just pop it. So I do my bronzer the old school method, like a 3. So you're going to go tops of your temples, cheekbones, and your jawline. And go back the other way, top of your temples, cheekbones, and your jawline, because then you're just going to warm up your complexion. And if you're wearing a lower top, just bring it down on your décolleté a bit so that your face and neck and everything is one tone and you're harmonized. So you're just going to keep everything blended. Sometimes I take a bit of bronzer and I just go down the bridge of the nose and a little bit in the crease for a quick warm eye. So all of these steps are going to make you feel rested and ready to go. And I'm not going to use this blush because I did already use the other blush. And sometimes I do bronzer first. Because I did the highlighter, I kind of got excited and went right into the She's That Girl blush. But I think that sometimes bronzer then blush will, it will actually look a bit more, it's easier to put on, if that makes sense. You're bronzing and then adding color just where you need it. But there's no rules in makeup. So do whatever you feel comfortable with. And then I'm going to go into eyes. So I'm not going to go too crazy with the eyes because this is a minimal eye look. But with a minimal eye look, a palette is really nice because you have your shades, they're all together. This is a really pretty palette. This is called Daisy Doll. It's by Mary Quant or Quaint. This is a Japanese brand, I believe. And what's nice about this is that it was very affordable. This was $15 Canadian. And what's cute about it is that you can use your fingertip easily to pop your eyes. And this one has green in it, which I love for brown eyes. It's a universal shade green. It's gorgeous for everyone. And sometimes I'm just bored of using beige, not beige, I don't ever wear beige eyeshadow, but I like to use bronze shades almost every day. But adding a bit of green complements bronze, which is nice. So I'm going to start with this lovely gold tone or coppery shade, and I'm just going to apply that. Maybe I'll use a closer mirror. So I'm just going to apply this on the eyelid, and I'm using my fingertip. It has a tiny bit of sparkle, but the sparkle isn't moving, which is nice. So it's not going everywhere. So I'm just applying this on my lid for a quick, pretty eye. So you can see that it just opens the eyes without a lot of makeup. It comes with brushes, and I don't normally always use the brushes that come in an eyeshadow palette, but you know what? It's very convenient. So it's nice to utilize what you have. So I can just take a little bit of the lighter green and just apply that just on top of the gold. You can't really see that it's green. It's very subtle. That's just so simple and easy. And I'm going to use, you can see in this palette, there's a darker, there's always usually a darker color in a palette, and this is sort of an olive green, which is very flattering, especially for fall, winter. So I'm going to use this little brush, and I'm just going to apply this really close to my lashes. So almost using it as a liner, just really close to the lash. Let me just see if I can see that better over here. So yeah, it's really subtle. Okay, Okay, the only thing is when you use eyeshadows and you haven't, sometimes I will dampen a brush and your eyeshadow becomes a really quick liquid eyeliner. I did that dry so that it feels like it fell a little bit into my eyes. So just be careful when you do that. It might be beneficial to dampen your brush before you do it, but that's okay. I can just gently wipe anything away. But these are, I've tried these on and they're long lasting, especially if you have a primer underneath. So I really like this eyeshadow palette and they come in different shades. And I'm gonna just take the champagne tone and just lightly apply that under my brow bone. But it's just a very quick bronzy with a little bit of a green in there, which is pretty on my eyes. And if you were going out and you wanted to emphasize the green, a colored eyeliner is a nice idea to do. And what I would do with this is I probably wouldn't use it too dramatically by the lashes. I'd probably just tightline. So I'm just going to take my eyeliner and I'm just going to go into the root of the lash. So I'm just going to go into the root of my lash just a little bit. But I'm not doing this properly at all. I think I would probably, yeah, I was going to do green, but I think that because I'm doing this as a minimal makeup look, I'm just going to switch it up a little bit and use Coco from Laura Mercier. This is a really nice Caviar, what is it called? Caviar something eyeliner. I'll write this in the comments, but this is easier to tight line. The other one, the texture wasn't perfect for tight lining. So what I'm going to do is just lift my lashes and go underneath. Now this is a method that just allows your lashes to really pop out, your liner to pop out. It emphasizes your eyes. So you're going to lift and instead of going underneath, you're doing the root of the lash. Now, some people get a little squeamish with that because anything to do with the eyes, and I totally get it. The eyes are sensitive, but if you're comfortable, just make sure that you're just lifting and you're going underneath as opposed to going on top of your lashes. You're going underneath, and that allows your lashes and your lash line to stand out more, and it really pops your eyes in a nice way. And the nice thing with Laura Mercier, her Caviar eyeliners are meant for tight lining, which means that they're not going to flake. They're not going to get in your eye like this other one I just used did, which I do love. This was a green eyeliner from Essence, but it's not really meant for tight lining. This would be very pretty in my waterline or even just winged out a bit for Christmas. I love using a little bit more of a greeny eyeliner, which is pretty. But I'm just gonna, yeah, so I just used Coco from Laura Mercier, and I'm just gonna use the tiniest bit at the outer corner because I'm not doing a winged eyeliner with this. I'm just doing a quick, sorry, just looking for my smudge brush. I'm just doing a quick minimal makeup look. So I'm gonna take my favorite eyeliner brush, like a smudger, and just smudge that out a little bit. So this doesn't have to be perfect makeup, it's just more of a quick, minimal makeup. Okay, and you can always use your nail or fingertip to just sort of lift up the edges of the liner at the outer corner. So how is this looking? This is just, yeah, I actually really love my skin right now. It's just a nice glow. My eyes are emphasized. I didn't go a little, you know, I didn't go crazy or anything. You can always just take sort of the leftover or even a bronze eyeliner. Sometimes that's just nice. If you feel like putting anything at the bottom, you could use that just sort of to define the lashes on the lower lash. And using your smudge brush to smudge that out. And all of these things help to pop your eyes without going too crazy. Okay, so yeah, I like how that just kind of opened my eyes a little bit and looks a little sultry underneath the lash line, but it's not too dark. Okay, I'm just going to quickly again take that Maybelline foundation stick thingy that I just got, which I love, and just use that to lift under my lashes a little bit, cleaning it up. Cleaning up your makeup is what I would say at the end. And then I'm going to use, what am I going to use? So sometimes, oh, I do have a mascara. Mascara is always going to, of course, complete your eyes, your eye look. So I'm going to use the Lash Clash. I have a mini, and I'm just going to wiggle and fan at the root. Just to open up those eyes a bit. And just keeping it really natural. Okay, so I'm feeling really rested and ready to face the day. The last thing I would do is I really love this little lip combo from Chanel. So I worked for Chanel a few years ago, and what I fell in love with is one of their products that I do have to say is a splurge, but a lovely product, is their, it's the Camellia, oh, the writing is right off there now, #1 de Chanel. I believe they have Camellia, which is a flower extract, and it's in this product. It's a cream blush, but there's a lovely skincare benefit to this, and it's very moisturizing and long lasting. So this is a coral tone, and this is a lovely shade for summer, or if you feel like you want a beachier type look. But I kind of like popping this on my lips a little bit as a lip balm. It's also a cheek product, and Healthy Pink is so well loved and used. I've worn this out, so I need to replace this. But I wanted to show you a quick, fun lip combo. And it doesn't have to be these products. It can be anything you have if you just want to mix a pinker and a coral tone together. So I'm going to start with this is more the coral tone, and I'm going to use the lighter pink shade, and I'm just going to mix them together. I kind of like them mixed together. I'm using a lip wand, and you could use a lip brush, of course, just to mix tones. And this just feels nice on my lips. Just for a cute lip stain, but it's creamy, so it's not drying at all. I just find this one works on me really well. And then I would just take, I love this lip gloss from Chanel. This is Rouge Coco Gloss, and I think this is Rouge Pulpe, which I love. It's a really pretty, kind of pinky neutral tone, and I'm just going to pop this on top. Very hydrating lip gloss, very long lasting. And I find that this just kind of completes my fresh, minimal, no makeup look. Obviously I'm wearing makeup, but I just feel like my features are enhanced. I look glowy. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this sort of makeup combo, and I love to share what works for me. And I feel like everyone has a signature look, whether you love a red lip, whether you love the cat eyeliner or the overlined, beautiful lined lips or bronze skin. Everyone has something that they love and that works for them. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Just to quickly recap, I used the Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury to even out my skin. I used a foundation stick to even out my complexion. And I will write everything down in the comments. I have a bronzing highlighter, which is lovely on my skin. And the last thing I would do, oh yeah, I did, oh no, I brought my brush. I was ahead of the game today. Just setting your T-zone maybe very quickly before you go out will ensure that your makeup lasts a little bit longer. Yeah, and that's the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey, which I love this tone. And I just want to thank everybody for joining today. Today was a minimal makeup look, editing your makeup bag to having some essentials that works for you and enhances your features. And I hope everyone enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're enjoying my videos, please let me know in the comments what you would love to see for the next video. And I have lots more to share for the holidays. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and take care.